Hello again, guys. It's your good boy Blaine, the Australian Shepherd, and I figured for today, instead of doing my normal informative type of videos, I figured I just want to do something more fun and interactive, like a little Fursona species tier list. I actually made this list all on my own. I've been working on it for probably at least the last 12 to 13 hours, but I have it finally all set up. As you can see here, all this big variety of different species, because none of the other tier list that I saw had a variety of dog breeds, and frankly, I like some dog breeds more than others. So I just didn't want them to have all under one category, because I'm a dog person, and that just doesn't suit right with me. So with that in mind, we might as well just get right into it here. We got S, A, B, C, D, and F, and then I think about 84 different little things here. And yep, one other thing I want to say before this is you can make your own list. I will also be putting the link to the tier maker down below, so you can try this out in real time or after the video, whenever you want to do it. The link to the image credits, you see all this lovely little art from artists across the fandom. The link to the artists and the people who own those Fursonas is in the description as well. With that in mind, starting off here with Accipitridaes, essentially eagles, hawks, more like your bigger predator birds. I mean, I think they're okay. I don't know. They get bird poop on my car. I mean, I don't know. That's what I think. Okay, African wild dogs. I think that species started to grow in a lot more popularity. It was very down low whenever I first joined the fan, but I feel like especially in 2022, 2023, this species has gotten a lot more popular, and I think it's well deserved. I think that they're one of the best species out there. If you've ever heard one bark and make noises, it's honestly one of the cutest things you'll ever hear. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I do actually plan on making my second Fursona an African wild dog. Yeah, the second OC I make, it will be this species, so be on the lookout for that. So then aliens, just gay. Anyways, I just had to show you guys that. I was looking for images. I just found that to be so funny. But we're gonna give aliens a D. Apes, I feel like D. It's eh. So we're going to skip dogs for now. I'm basically just want to do them all at once. So we're just going to head on over to Avali next. This is a unique furry species. I plan on covering this in one of my future videos. There's a lot more information about it, and they actually have their own website. If you look it up, I think that they're pretty cool. I've looked into their backstory, their lore, all of it, and I don't know. I mean, they're not my favorite thing of all time, but I think they're pretty cool. I'd give them a solid B. Badgers, frankly, I don't know many badgers in the furry fandom, but I do know, of course, of the University of Wisconsin, their mascot is the Badgers, so I just figured he'd be the best representative. I don't know, they're like a C. And then bats, they're kind of starting to fizzle out, and I don't know, they're still pretty cool. I think I'll give them a solid B for bats. Bear, I'm gonna be real, the animal themselves, I honestly don't like, but the people with bear Fursonas, they are honestly some of the most wholesome and just down-to-earth people I've ever met. There's some really good people out there with bear Fursonas, so again, just because of that, I will give them a C, but if there were some more questionable bears out there, I'd probably give a D or an F. Bees, I'm sorry, I hate getting stung. We got boars. Again, I don't see enough of them in this fandom. I wish there more, but I don't know. I'd still give a D, respectfully. Bovines. So this is bulls and other animals related to that. I believe that would also include cows. I really like Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. I'm all for that kind of stuff. And raising cattle and stuff in that game, so just because of that, we'll give them a C. Cabots, I feel like they're some people would call it the best of both worlds. I'm kind of a pessimist in this perspective. I think that they're the worst of both. I believe this is a hybrid, mainly brought to life by Thunderhowl Studios. They're really the one who brought this to relevance. It's a mix of a cat and a rabbit, and I don't know. It's just personally, I would prefer a cat over a cabot. That's just me, though. And rabbits aren't necessarily my cup of tea, but I don't think that they're bad. So like again, we'll also give that like a D. I know my ratings are pretty bad so far, but like I promise like most of these animals are like S through B, I promise. Anyways, caprines. This is like goats, sheep, anything that's like on the smaller scale. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them a lot, but again, I'm not like a big person for horns, so that's just gonna hold them back. So yeah, caprines are a solid B in my opinion. I think I would like to see more of them. I only have one friend, and that's him right there. So caribous, they're basically like the dominant deers. Let's be real. The only difference I think is maybe like their antlers are bigger. I think they're just overall physically bigger. So anyways, we'll give them a B. And then cats, I mean, you see, dogs, cats, they don't naturally connect well, right? They are enemies by nature, but I've kind of looked past that as a canine myself. I'm willing to give you guys forgiveness. You know, I've got some pretty good cat friends out there, and C tier. I think that they're right in the middle ground with me. I don't hate them as much as I used to, but I would personally take like other bigger felines out there. So then cheetahs are up next. I would take cheetahs over cats any day of the week. I really like their tribal vibes, especially in this art piece right here. That in mind, I still don't think they're the best feline out there, but again, I still think they're cool. So we'll give them like a B. Colonies. Corvids are up next. These are primarily just like blue jays, just jays in general, and ravens and crows. So if yours is anything like that, this is the category for you. I'm not gonna lie, they I think that this raven in particular is really freaking cute, but I don't feel any personal connection with them. So because I haven't made any friends with them, and I don't really like the Baltimore Ravens either. So. Ugh. Okay, the cougars. Not many people know this about me, but I actually am really a big fan of cougars, at least in the feline family. Of course, I went to Collin Community College, and their mascot is the cougar, so obviously that helps too. I think that they are massively underrated in this community, but I still don't think they're an S tier though. I'm gonna give them an A. I know some of you are like, no, what do you? It's like, no, cats are like so much better though. Nah, I'm about to say, nah, we good. So we got the yotes, the coyotes. It seems like every coyote I know is either like a cowboy or like they're like always from the south, like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. It's really interesting. I've never met a coyote in the Midwest before, but I don't know. I think that they're also kind of underrated. Like there's not a whole lot of them out there, but the ones that are usually get pretty popular, to the best of my knowledge. Like every single one that I know has gotten some sort of clout. So give them like a B. I think they're pretty cool. Crocs. Some people like to wear them. Some people have that as their whole persona design. We'll give them like a C. Deers, okay, they're S. I've had several deer crushes over the years. I think that they are really cute, especially Bam from Animal Crossing. He's the one who I'm representing him. And I don't think anyone has any complaints about that. They are elite. But, of course, I'm in the Midwest, so I will have to watch out for them, too. I don't want to hit you guys. Yoshi! Alright, we'll give dinosaurs like a D. Donkey Kong. We got the donkeys up in here. I don't really care. I personally would take horses over donkeys any day of the week. But Donkey from Shrek, I think he gives a good rating. I feel like he raises my appreciation for the species. You know, I believe they also go by mules. They are the same thing, but we'll give them like a C. Dragons, I really used to like them a lot when I was in like middle school and stuff. I even made like a t-shirt with like the mascot being the Red Dragons, and I even made that like on Madden 16 too. I always made my relocation franchise to like the LA Red Dragons, and that was actually my first video on YouTube too. It got over 1,000 views. But ever since then, though, it's just like, I don't really care. I don't know, I think Spyro was pretty cool. But like, outside of that, though, I don't know. Dragons are dragons, you feel me? Like, dragons do be dragons. And then, Dutch Angel Dragons, also known as Dutchies, or as I like to call them, dads. Uh, oh my gosh, but no. I was surprised to find out that like none of the other tier lists I saw had this species included, which is kind of weird. I feel like that they're the probably most second most popular furry fandom species under Protogens. So with that in mind, I think that they're really cute. Yeah, I don't necessarily have any complaints about them, but I think that like the fact that they don't have pupils, the fact they don't have like an eye color, just white, that kind of throws me off. So just because of that, we'll give him like a, yeah, we'll give him a B. We'll give him a B. So then elephants, I know that the reading here is pretty small, but it makes up for a big animal. I will say though, I'm going to give him a D, and if I had an E, I might put him at E, but I don't think so. The only thing that's like bringing this animal down for me is that one elephant from Sing. She is so cringe and just everybody knows it. You are single-handedly bringing the elephant species down with you. So again, just D. Cringe. Alright, so now that we've gotten to past the D's and the E's in alphabetical order. Alright, so for Australian Shepherd, just... There, thank you. Okay, so they get a tier above everybody else. They are the best animal. They are the best dog of all time. Yeah, I myself am an Australian Shepherd. I have a few crushes that are Australian Shepherds. You know, you can't dispute that with me. They are in a tier list of their own. There's nothing better than them in my not so professional opinion. Beagles, I had Benji represent this species because I don't know that many others, but I still think that they're pretty cute. One of my dogs is a Beagle Chihuahua mix, or something along those lines. Overall, he's a mutt, but specifically Beagles, though, I mean, I think that they're an S. Most dogs are going to get S. The only two I will say are, like, not on my good side in terms of dogs are we got Chihuahuas. You know, they're a pain in the butt, but they're still kind of cute. And then also Poodles. They're too sassy for my liking, but Georgette from Oliver and Company, I feel like gives me a little bit of a better opinion on this canine breed. So yeah, Chihuahuas and Poodles are the only ones getting B tiers, but everyone else, though, Collies, S, Dalmatians, S, Dobermans are an A, German Shepherds are an A, Retrievers are an S, oh shit, Huskies are an S. Dogs in general, you know, just other dogs that I haven't mentioned, for an average purposes, I'll just put them in A. Okay, Rottweilers, they're A. With that in mind, we go on to Fennec Foxes, basically the smaller and worse version of foxes. They have the bigger ears to compensate for their tiny body. That one Fennec from Zootopia is like one of like maybe 3 Fennec Foxes that I know, but they do exist. They have their own little cult following them. But I don't know, we'll give them like a B. Fulfs, again, another species I was kind of surprised not to see that often when making or finding templates for tier lists, because they are probably the most popular hybrids out there, and I don't know why it is. Blue, Stormy, I don't know who started this, but why is it that every Fulf in existence is blue? Like, can someone change things up, please? Like, why is literally, like, I know, like, blue personas in general are, like, kind of overdone, but, like, especially, particularly with Fulfs, I do not know a single Fulf that isn't blue. So if somebody could change that, that would be great. I would genuinely, wholeheartedly appreciate that. But with that in mind, we'll still give him like an A. I'm personally the type of guy who thinks that they're the best of both worlds, so I'm optimistic in that perspective. I think that they have the cuteness of a fox and can top sometimes like a wolf. So yeah, they get A. They get A for me. Foxes, though, we'll give them like an A. I don't need to go too much into this species. There's a whole lot of them out there. And with so many of them out there, obviously, you're going to have your good eggs, you're going to have your bad eggs. And, you know, with that in mind, there's everything all said and done. I think that they are still a really great species, even if they are severely overrated. Still not quite as much as wolves are, which I'll get into later. But horses, we'll give them like a C. Again, I don't have any personal connection with them, but I don't necessarily have any, like, that big of complaints about them. You know what I mean? They I in my book. Hyenas are an instant S. I know that they can be stinky, or at least that's the stereotype anyways, but they are incredibly cute. They are really, a lot of the times, the life of the party, and they're just out enjoying life and having a good time, and I want to be a part of that, you know what I mean? That same vibes Australian Shepherds, that's what I like about them. Jaguars, they're like cheetahs, but different. I think they may be slower, or they're more bigger, I don't remember, but I don't know any Jaguars in this fandom, so I just use the Jacksonville Jaguars mascot, and they're one of my personal favorite teams, so just because of that, we'll give them like an A tier because I love the Jaguars, so yeah, they get that little biased for me. Kangaroos, okay, so gonna do them Australian exit for the next couple here, so the Kangaroos, I personally think they're an S tier. I mean, go down the outback, you see a couple of them, you can fight a few rounds with them, yeah, and just, it's so fun. I feel like the civilian are right in this fandom. I only know like probably 2 kangaroos in this, or actually 3 in this entire fandom, and 2 of them are from Australia, at least spent a lot of time there, but I personally think the kangaroos kick ass, and I'd like to see more of a variety because they're really cool, they're really cute. I like the little tail, and I like the way they have their little pouches, and that's just totally my vibe. And yeah, so koalas though, I don't think the koalas cool, but I still think that they're pretty nice. Koalas, they just eat grass. I mean, I know some folks out there who are into marijuana. I mean, I see a lot of similarities, so we'll give this an A tier. And that should wrap up more, or no, we'll give him a B tier. And that should wrap up my Australian accent, so now shifting back into my American accent. Kobolds. Kobolds are basically like, let's just be real here, they're the smaller dragons, and they're the more submissive dragons, right? Like, I think we have all seen the sauce. Give them like a B. Or what do I have dragons? Okay, I have dragons in B. I personally think that they're better, so give them like a high B, low A. Put them like right up in, no, I want to keep alphabetical order, so we'll keep them here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're that much better than dragons, but I would take them though. Julian is like the only lemur I know. Like, I feel like we need to see more lemurs in this fandom outside of Madagascar. So I think that they're pretty sick. No one really talks about Madagascar though, or at least I think. Anyways, they're like an A. No, I don't know. Give them like, yeah, sure, we'll give them an A. Why not? Leopards, they're like jaguars, but with like the wholer dots, if that makes sense. It's like they have just like the strict black dots, whereas they have like, it's mainly just like circles, if that makes sense with leopards. They're in a lot of ways are pretty similar to cheetahs. I feel like they have more similarities with them. We'll put them in the same tier. We'll give them like a B. Lions, I have mixed feelings on lions. Like, I don't know. Some of them are really just, they really irk me, but others, they're really cool and they're really wholesome, awesome, all of that. I want to say they're underrated, but I feel like personally they're just right in terms of like overrated, underrated, except maybe like slightly underrated, but not by that much. Yeah, the Lion King is the only thing keeping the species together and the fandom behind it. Okay, lynx are probably the best feline species out there. A lot of people can agree, and I would love to see more in this fandom. I love the Lynx so much. If I had to pick a fan of a WNBA team, I would probably root for the Minnesota Lynx. 1, because they're our team in Wisconsin. 2, Minnesota's close. 3, this blessed species right here. This blessed feline. Put them up on S. Put them up on S. Lynx are elite. So then, Manakits, they're basically like, I don't know, aquatic circles? I think that's the best way I could compare them to. Like, I think that they're pretty cool and are kind of past their prime. I still see a good amount of them out there. I think that they're worthy to be mentioned. So we'll give them like a B. Meerkats. The only one that I know is that one from Lion King, right? I already forgot his name. What's the meerkat's name from Lion King? I don't want to keep like forgetting people's names. You know what I'm saying? Timon. More meerkats. You know, you guys are pretty nice. And for any of you wondering, hey yo, where's my dingoes at? Where my hug at? No, I'm just kidding. No, dingoes, they're technically a dog. I still think of you guys highly, but yeah, dogs, dingoes are A tier as well, so yes. Okay, mice, no, all I need to say for my opinion on this is...
Hi, My name is Reggie.
Yeah, that's all. Monkeys. I feel like if it wasn't for NFTs, I would probably give them like a D or a C, but NFTs single-handedly like made me hate this species so much. I just can't stand to see them now, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think that they're cute at all. I don't see any appeal to them personally. NFTs just completely ruined this species, in my opinion. So yeah, they get the F. They no bueno. They no bueno. So then otters, raise otter awareness up in this joint. I think that they're personally one of my favorite animals whenever I like to go see the zoo. I think otters are pretty sick. We'll give them like an A. Love my otter friends out there. I just think you guys need to grow a few inches in height. Like that's all. Owls, again, another species I don't see enough of, but definitely less so than otters. They a bird, but they on their own thing. They're like the intelligent birds. They're like the smartest of the smart, and that I can respect. Like, I don't think that they look the most appealing, but like I still think that they're pretty cool. So again, another B. Another B for me. Pankins. This is the last furry video that I made about, actually, so if you want my professional opinion, like, even though I definitely put them in a good light in that video, like, they're personally not my favorite, we'll give them like a C. I still think that they're pretty nice. I imagine they're pretty good, heartwarming people. Pandas, I feel like they're going extinct both in the furry fandom and in real life. It's kind of sad to see. Again, Po from Kung Fu Panda is the only one that I know of. Again, I think that they're probably just as cute as red pandas. Hot take. The only reason I feel like people would maybe inclined not to go with the species because of how obese they can be. They're really big, chunky creatures. So I feel like that may be a reason why people stray from having that as their persona. They don't want to be portrayed as big and chunky. I still think that they're an A, and I would really hate to see the species go extinct. I would really like the furry fandom to bring more of a light to this species, because they're already going extinct in real life. So again, might as well bring it up here, right? Might as well. Panthers, they are another feline that I really like. I'd say that they're probably my second favorite behind lynx. So congratulations to Panthers. So you get an A. Yeah, good on you, Mike. Good on you. Parrots, I'm sorry. Other birds like along that line usually just tend to be very annoying, and parrots in real life are kind of unhinged. Like, that's just what I think of them. They don't look that bad though, which is why they're not an F. I still think they look pretty cool, but they're pretty annoying. I'm gonna be real. Okay, possums, I personally think that they are really cool. I'm pretty sure that every possum persona in existence knows who Heather is. Heather is an absolute icon from Over the Hedge. I personally think that they are one of the best marsupials out there, so we will give them A. I really like opossums. I really think they're a cool looking animal. Protogens, severely overrated. I'm not much of a tech guy. I think that some can look pretty cool. But again, I notice like it's a lot of like the youth who are mainly into this species, which is pretty interesting, but we'll give him like a C. We'll give him like a C. I don't know. Like, especially the Protogen here, he looks really damn adorable. There's some questionable Protogens out there. There's some really cool Protogens out there, but I'm personally not a techno guy. The best thing I could probably say about techno is I do kind of like dubstep a little bit. That's about the only thing I can say. Besides that, I'm not really much of a technology type of guy. I'm a dog. I'm dumb. I got dumb brain. There's a reason I only took one math class in college. Rabbits, Judy's the only one I know that isn't a pain in the ass. Rabbits just tend to have like the weirdest personalities in my opinion, and probably are the ultimate bottoms of this furry community. I don't know. We'll give them like a D. Raccoons, I think that they are really cute and they eat trash, they eat ass, and we'll give them an S. And here we are with the Phototeta rat. You know I had to do it to you guys. I personally take rats over mice any day of the week. Again, Phototeta rat and the Remy from Ratatouille. I think that they put rats in a good light, whereas usually in real life rats don't necessarily give the best representation. I personally would take rats over mice, even though they're still not my favorite thing ever, so I think C is a pretty fair rating for these guys. Okay, now red pandas, again, a little bit overdone in the furry fandom, in my respectful opinion. I see a lot of them, and I do like how they tend to branch out. Like, Like, they tend to go for other colors outside of pink. Like, I've seen red, I've seen orange, I've seen pink, like the one in this photo. I've seen a lot of blue red pandas. So I really like how people are getting creative with these red pandas and not necessarily making the whole thing about red and more or less just the design, right? So I still think that they're really cute, even if I think that there may be a few too many. So I think I will still give them an S. I really like them that much. I really like red pandas. Reptiles, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Oh, and by the way, for reptiles, sorry, if you're like a snake, lizard, literally basically anything that isn't a dinosaur or a dragon, this is basically probably where you would be put in for reptiles. I'd probably give you, all of you guys a C anyways, so yeah, I put all of you guys into one little thing under the Geico Gecko, so I apologize for that. I was running a little bit low on time. Moving on to saber-tooths. I personally have good feeling about saber-tooths. I really like them. Unfortunately, well, maybe it is for the best because they can be kind of dangerous, but yeah, I really like the teeth. They're pretty damn cool. This specific saber-tooth just really makes me want to put an A because she's really damn cute. I really like her design a lot. But just like saber-tooth in general though, like I'm kind of leaning between A and a B. But I think we're gonna give it an A. And it looks like we did forget one dog breed. The Samoyed. I don't know too many of them, but we see a little one in a French outfit here, which is kind of adorable. So yeah, I really love their all whiteness, and they're all fluffy, and usually are like from a Russian background, like a Slavic background. Yeah, so they're an S. I would love to see more Samoyeds out there. Okay, seals. One could say that seals technically got me into the furry fandom. Gomamon is technically related to a seal, or not necessarily related, but inspired by a seal. Digimon is ultimately probably one of the biggest things that got me into the furry community. And so I definitely have a lot of good feelings with seals. Like, I personally think that seals are like the dogs of the ocean. I mean, they have a lot of things in common. The smaller, like the white seals and the other like smaller ones, they can be pretty harmless and cute and adorable like dogs. So that's why I grow that comparison. I really like seals. I would love to see more of them in this community. Seals, I have a lot of good feelings for. I really want to put them up with Australian Shepherds. Create another tier, just one more, an S+. And we're gonna like rearrange this because like I think they're better than all of these in my opinion. Seals get the S+. Yay! Yeah, so Sergals, I'd say Sergals are a lot like Protogens, but of course, like, without the technology, and they're the cheeseheads. So as a Wisconsin native, I feel, or not necessarily native, but I live in Wisconsin right now. So I feel legally obligated to give this cheesehead of a creature a good rating. So with that in mind, we'll give it an A. No, I'm just kidding. They're a B. You really thought I was going to do that to Sergals. But moving on from that, I think that sharks are pretty nice. I tend to be scared of sharks, again, in real life. So that's the only thing that's bringing them down. But, like, sharks in the furry fandom, you guys rock. Like, you guys are the best. But just because of, like, how scared I am of sharks in real life, I just physically can't put that much of an affection for you guys or care, so we'll give it like we'll start a second row for B tier. Sharks are pretty nice though, they're pretty nice. Oh, and for another one here, Shiba Inus. I first think they could be a little bit creepy. I still think they are pretty cool though. We'll give them like an A. Skull Dogs, I think that they're really nice, but again, they kind of, another animal that kind of creeps me out a little bit. Admittedly, because of like the skull aspect of it. I'm not necessarily a goth person or anything like that. Even though, admittedly, I do listen to some 3 Days Grace on my spare time. But besides that, though, Skull Dogs, yeah, we'll give them like a B. I respect you guys a lot. Skunks, outside of Stella from Over the Hedge, like, I feel like at least the skunks in the furry fandom are kind of people. If any of you guys are skunks, I'm terribly sorry. Stella is like the only thing preventing you guys from giving you an F. So we'll give them a D. Snow leopards, I think that they are the superior leopards. I think that snow leopards are really cool, but I can't quite put them on S. They're another A tier feline. Again, call me crazy, a dog that likes felines. Ooh, oh no. How could this be? Yeah, no, I like both. Okay? not necessarily all felines, but like most felines I tend to have good feelings for, right? Hence, jaguars, cougars, panthers, snow leopards, saber-tooths, all of them. Love you guys so much. I don't necessarily like squirrels at all. I think they're just annoying. I know like the one squirrel from Ice Age is like, I don't know, he gets a lot of hype for some reason. And Sandy Cheeks, of course, can't forget about her from SpongeBob, but like, I don't know. Like, squirrels are just like, fine, we'll give him a D. We'll give him a D. I can't put him with the guys, because I still would say squirrels are better than these three. I just can't. Since I'd say like protogens, but with more of a backstory and more lore, and obviously bigger and honestly sexier. I don't know where I have protogens, but I'll probably put them on the same tier as Sergals. Or wait, yeah, I have Sergals there. I think Sergals and Sith are about the same in my book. Yeah. I think that's a fair rating for him. Tigers, the photo here is really damn cute. I don't know if I can like zoom in for you guys for a second here. Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy right here. Isn't like the cutest tiger you've ever seen? He's just you could tell he has his eyes on somebody. He's I know in the photo he's quote love struck. The heart is cropped out, but it is definitely there. He has his eyes on somebody. It's just so cute. It's so cute. But besides that, though, I really like I like tigers. They're not my favorite. So yeah, tigers. I don't think that they're as good as snow leopards, any of them, but I still like tigers. As for white tigers, though, I feel like this is one of the few. Usually, I prefer the the whiter versions. You know, like the snow leopards, the other like white versions of the felines. But with white tigers, though, I honestly would have to disagree. Like white tigers are just like in my book. Yeah, like, I don't know. I personally like the colors of the tiger more than I do just the plain white. And now we're almost at the end here. Only 3 more left. Werewolves and wolves. Werewolves are like, quote, daddies in this fandom, you know. I think a lot of people in this fandom would like to be trapped in a room with 14 werewolves, but again, I'm not one of those people. So we'll give them like a B. They still have a lot of good lore and backstory behind them, though. Werewolves are in a lot of novels and, you know, that sort of stuff. But again, they're not my cup of tea, but I still think that they're pretty cool. And wolves, all right, here we are. We have made it to the most overrated. I think, you know, Death Wolf is pretty cute. I don't think cute is the way to describe a person who, you know, is death. But I think hot would probably be the best way to describe him. I don't know. I'm not really into that stuff for the most part. I know a lot of people in this fandom who simp over not only death, but just wolves in general. You know, the lone pack, you know, a lot of them can be introverted and that sort of thing. And wolves are wolves. They're like the ancestor to dogs. And so I should have more respect to them, have respect for my ancestors, right? But, I don't know. I still think that some can be pretty cute, but others can be, I don't know, a little questionable people. But I think you guys know who I'm talking about in that perspective, so I don't even have to say his name. Yeah, there are some also good wolves out there, so it all kind of balances out. And yeah, I think B is a fair rating for wolves. Zebras, again, I think that they bring good vibes. I feel like zebras are the type of people to listen to jazz, disco, I don't know. They give those kind of like dance vibes to me. I feel like they'd another species that'd be the life of like a party at the bar. You know what I'm saying? They really bring that type of energy, and that's what I like to see. But I'm not necessarily an equine person, so even with that in mind, I'll still give them an A. Respect to my zebra folks out there. So with that in mind, we have finally got through all 84. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, we have like more relaxed, just like opinionated videos or like commentary videos, just let me know in the comments down below if you have like any ideas. Say whatever. Say like my opinion sucks or I have the greatest opinion, you know. We're just going to click save on this real fast. The undisputed, canonically correct species tier list. Boom. Save. Alright, so now we have officially submitted it in with the Tier Maker website. So again, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. Thank you, Eric, for being my only patron. And I'm just going to make this outro short and sweet. Displaying that is signing out. Alright, bye-bye.